What's going on, everybody? Finally back. This time we got a little surprise for y'all. We got a new podcast. It's going to be episode 1. It's going to be called Optimal City Lights. We're going to talk about various subjects. It's going to be kind of like the podcast we were trying to start anyway, but now we got a little bit of structure. Been going for a while. Had more ideas. So, Optimal City Lights, episode 1. All right, so I'm going to start off saying, welcome me back. The applause, yeah. All right, so I'm going to start it off with, I'm not going to say any names during this podcast, any names. And it's a very touchy subject, so I'm not going to say any names during this subject. So, but Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Prince Andrew. What's going on here? So billionaires like these people, you know what I mean, supposedly they say Epstein's pocket was a little overinflated. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into that. What is it? So we're going with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Prince Andrew. That's a pretty terrible combination of people. Got a lot of power there. So, all right. So this is what normal billionaires do. But I know they probably all into some weird shit. We all know that. Definitely into some weird shit. You got that much money, get a little bored, want to try something new. But okay, let's say there's a normal, hypothetically speaking, the normal rich. What they usually do, they do fundraisers. They try to run water to certain parts of Africa, try to build schools in Honduras. These three are basically, they said, forget fundraisers. These three be at high school graduations handing out ice cream to underclassmen. Oh, I need to go back a little bit and just let you know this is just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is my personal opinion. But I think these people are freaking sickos. So I'm just saying, don't FedEx me. That took a lot of money to pull that off. Don't FedEx me. I'm just speaking my opinion. I'm nothing. Like, you send a hit out on me, it's probably going to be Carl from Postmates in his 2017 Honda Civic. Just as low. Yeah. Old Carl comes up. Got Chinese food and I ordered pizza. Oh, man. But seriously, this isn't a laughing matter. These three are ridiculous. I don't understand how this went on and how it never got. I mean, if a motherfucker pops up with this much money, got all this power, you see him going into his house, which we'll get into that. His houses, his mansions, with a lot of girls that look like they in high school, and nobody said anything. What's this dude, the March of Dimes? What's going on? The Pied Piper? He's literally the Pied Piper. That's crazy. But you got all these high-profile people that were going to his estate, his island. You can never trust a dude that owns an island. There's something about it. Just like, what is Lord of the Flies? But this goes out to all the girls and boys. People don't talk about that. There's some young boys in there too, and we'll get into that too. But they go, like, you will get your justice. You may have not gotten Epstein because he supposedly, quote unquote, killed himself. There's been all types of stories. 19 jumpsuits. I thought they only got issue 3. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me in the comments. But 19 jumpsuits. Your roommate gets pulled out the day before, and you're on suicide watch. Cameras fail. All the guards asleep. I still say they pumped something into that room. But that's either here nor there. And everybody knows that story, so I'm not going to talk much on it. But they got Ghislaine Maxwell now. She going to talk. And for all those people that were damaged because of these billionaires and all the people that were involved, it's going to come to an end. It will be a travesty of America to let these people walk. And I'm not just pointing at Ghislaine. I know she probably helped facilitate. Her story is super deep. I don't even want to talk about that because I'm not going to say any names, but I ain't messing with Israel. So I'm not going to talk about that. They can handle that. But got Ghislaine, and then Prince Andrew. Come on, bro. You're a royal, but it doesn't matter your status. Actually, your status makes you get away with a lot more. Definitely makes you get away with a lot more. Because you get all this money and then you're like, this is boring. I'm not happy with this. Let me try this because I can get away with it. That is a crazy way of thinking. But you know what? I'd rather be broke and on the streets sleeping in a gutter than be a billionaire pedophile. That's my stance on it. And remember, it's boys and girls. And who knows what else. There's probably some animals that got harmed in this. Because, they get them weird fetishes to be like, I already done the other things. But that's crazy. I mean, and then his estates are up for sale. All the Jeffrey Epstein's estates are up for sale. And somebody's going to buy it. And you know what? Like, they're going to buy it just because. I mean, I hope they don't lie when they do on the application. Like, oh, yeah. The last tenant was from, it's been remodeled and renovated, and the last tenant was some other name. Just make up some other name. And I'm like, oh, okay. No, and then full well, you freaking scratch away the paint at the Manhattan House or whatever in New York, and you see the J. Get out of here. And I would say, tear them all down. Turn it into a park, all the places. Tear it, all his houses, turn it down, turn it into some park. But goddamn it, that place is so evil. You have people coming out of the freaking ground like Stephen King's Pet Cemetery. You imagine that, a bunch of freaking dead Jeffrey Epsteins that are mummified, running around with fucking trying to fuck everybody. But it's okay because they have money. It's okay. They have friends. But you know what? Their friends going to get exposed. Everybody probably sweating right now. Everybody probably sweating right now that this stuff's going to get released. It's Ghislaine going to talk. But we going to get back on that one at the end. I want to end off on that. But I'm hearing stories now like, what about, has anybody heard about the driver that used to drive for Epstein? There's this thing that like leaked on the internet that I seen. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems pretty legit to me. Or the greatest lie ever. But you know what? They were lying the whole time. And nobody believed them. Nobody believed that they wasn't good people. They're rich, they're wealthy, they're helping these girls, giving them jobs. First of all, that's friggin' weird. I know some of these girls were in some fucked up situations, but there's programs. Not you take them under your wing. under your wing to do what? And we all know what happened. And where are the parents during this? I know there's some parents out there, like everybody, one ran away and then they got the, I'm like, where are the parents? That's a problem with parenting. Because even though they may have left before and something happened before and then after you became close and everything, where were you at when this was happening? That's being a bad parent. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know, the situations could have been pretty messed up in that, but you let that man get a hold of those children. As parents, you let that man and that woman and that prince, a straight royal, get their hands on. And there's other people. We don't know all of them yet. There's a lot of speculations. But some of the people I'm not going to talk about because Carl ain't going to come for me. I'll order DoorDash and not Postmates. Still do DoorDash. It's still a popular thing. Let me get sponsored, DoorDash. Let me get sponsored. But, yeah, let's go back to the driver. So the driver released all these statements about how he started. He was at a club. And Epstein would come there, and all of a sudden Epstein made his drive. I mean, you got to look it up. I'm not going to say, but I'm going to say key points in it. Just remember, go ahead, because I'm going to come back to it. Goat head. So he worked his way up. He got punished a couple times. I mean, this seems like it was like an operation set up like a friggin' Amazon warehouse. You had your order takers. You had your packages. You had your people that put it on the conveyor belt. You had the loaders. You had the trucks. You had the planes. And you had, most importantly, the rich clientele. That's what you had. That is organized. And you know what? It doesn't take one person to organize that. It takes a large group. Think about that. Really think about that. So the driver also goes into stating that sometimes they would have to, when he finally got to the island, I should go back a little bit, but I don't want to talk about that one thing with, I'm not going to talk about, that one thing with when he had to bury their body for some rich billionaire's son, and they took him in the woods, and I'm not going to talk about that. And then the people were there, and then they checked him out, checked his credentials, called the rich billionaire's son, he said it was okay, and then they buried some chick in the woods that overdosed on some drugs. Yeah, but I ain't gonna talk about that. I didn't say nothing on it. I just said what I was gonna say, but I didn't say it. So can't say I fully said. I said what I was gonna say, and what I was gonna talk about, but I didn't want to talk about it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in trouble. So the driver also said that there was some bathhouse. Some big dudes standing at the door. It had trap doors and all that. A concrete truck was sent there. That's pretty expensive to ship a concrete truck with was it running the whole time? Was it running the whole time? There. To a concrete truck. So, I mean, a normal construction company would be like, so what you building? What you need a concrete truck for on an island? It was already built up. What was he building, a basketball court? Tennis court? What? That's what I would ask. But you know what? When you got that much money, nobody asks any questions. So I might as well not even talk about that subject, because it's probably some rich billionaire that owns a concrete, and that's one of his subsidiaries, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll send it. It just costs a little bit. We gotta get the barge going. stuff like that. I got you. Friggin', yeah. Send me your young. What? So, you got the driver again. I'm going back to this dude talking about all this stuff, how he worked, how when certain people came, they had to like disappear, not be seen, not heard, and then all of a sudden they would see. And this from the drivers. I don't even know if this is real, but nobody even thought this was real, and it happened because it was always real the whole time. They just made you think that it was unreal, and they're very good at that with money. So this guy said that he would dip sometimes far away because if people were walking around with naked with goat heads, you would have to pleasure them and please them if they ran up to you. He said they were like carnivores, hunters, whatever, rapists. That's what you should have said. A rapist. Running around, and then they would force you to do. Well, it wouldn't even be forced because you would like literally. They would just they wouldn't even have to touch you. Like, you have to do this. You sick fucks. Can you imagine that dude's running around with goat heads, and he said it was made out of plastic? Could you imagine that shit? You sitting over there trimming the roses, and some dude comes walking up out of distance on hole 18 with a goat head on, looking like something out of Clash of the Titans. Bitch, I'm going to run. I'm like, he didn't see me. That shit don't count. He didn't see me. Yo, it's tag. He didn't even catch me. We was playing red light, green light. I'm running around the whole island, bro. Jumping in this. I don't give a fuck if there's sharks. I will ride a freaking shark back to America. I wouldn't even be there. I see people. I'd have been gone the first day. As soon as I would have seen Shackles, I'm black, because they had that little bondage room, and he said he saw that it was introduced to the bondage room or whatever. As soon as I would see Shackles, I was like, dude, I'm black, man. I gotta go. This ain't for me. This don't even look like a historical place. This ain't no fucking museum, dog. You flew me all the way out here. Matter of fact, you couldn't fly me all the way out here. Sometimes we take boat. That should take a long time, dog. Epstein, you fucking up. That's what I would have said. I would never even fuck with that dude. Why would he fuck with me? They don't fuck with people like us. Well, they fuck with people like us, though. They fuck people like us. And they got all this money. All this money. And you know what the fucked up thing is? All them billions and all that shit. Whatever comes out of this case, whatever comes out of it, please, whatever comes out of it, give the victims some sense of this is over with. We are done with it. We can go on with our lives. It still will be a part of us. But please, justice system. I mean, you got this woman in custody. We already know what happened with the first one. Mr. J.E. Mr. J. Like he the fucking joke. Oh, he was the Joker. Motherfucker sick as hell. But you got her. You got Prince Andrew sweating. I don't know. I heard some names like I can't say the name. I'm not going to say the name. The Clintons, right? Or Clinton. Man, there's a lot of people on that list. Some I don't want to talk about. We ain't gonna get in that. But how did we let this happen? Is it we don't have enough, us the lower class, or we realize that this was crazy? But come on, all the people that were partying with that, all the people that were partying with him and Galil, Prince Andrew, they have kids, daughters, sitting there telling your daughters like, oh, I always protect you and everything. What about that dude or that woman's daughter? You weren't protecting her. You were taking that innocence. Completely and utterly terrible. So you know what? Here's my thought, because it's getting a little long, guys. Sorry. But so here's how you do it. Justice Department, FBI. You pin this lady down so much, Galil. Yeah, we all know who your dad was. Yeah. Pretty upstanding gentleman, you know. Top in the hat. Come on now. But this is what you do. You tell Ghislaine, I'll tell you what. You give us all the names. Especially the top-notch ones. Don't protect anybody. We give you immunity. We give you immunity. We get you out the country, wherever you want to go. We know you did bad things, but you're going to give up the big wigs. That's what you say to her. Have her do that. Have them people go on trial. Get all them people that was involved. And then you'd be like, oh, well, we have to pardon Ghislaine because of her very beneficial information. That's what we're going to do. Very beneficial information. And then you let her walk out that front door. And I know the families and the victims of these people are going to be, yeah, we got all the other ones, but we really wanted her because it was the two of them that did this to us. It was the two of them that made the most impact. And she's walking out that front door. But don't worry. Don't worry, all the victims and all the people that are against everything they did, she going to walk out that front gate of that prison free as a bird. She going to be walking out that front gate. And guess who her ride's going to be? Carl from Postmates. That's all I got to say. That's how you do it, justice system. That's how you do it. All right. I'm not saying anything, yo, because I'm not saying any terrorist. I didn't say anything like that. Can't get nothing on me. But, yeah. See you soon. So that's episode 1, y'all, of, Optimal City Lights. My homeboy, I'm not going to say any names because I said I wasn't going to say any names. But Sean will be back on. We're going to do a lot more together, man. We want to get up to at least, I don't know. It's all up to y'all how many episodes. And throw us some topics. If you want us to talk about something, we can even get you on the show. We're actually getting a studio pretty soon, so it's going to be set up. But for now, I holler to all of my peoples in all of the cities. Have a good night.